Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jiles, and today we're at Cedia, and we're going to take a look at some new equipment from Perlisten. And maybe you can start us off with a little bit about who you are, what's your name, what do you do, and then what are these magnificent beasts?
You bet. Dan Romer, CEO of Perlisten. These are the S7T limited edition. So the limited edition is really an evolution of the S7 that we've been shipping now for almost 3 years. The idea initially came as a simple, let's do some custom carbon fiber finishes. And that sounded cool, and we certainly could do it. But then the engineering guys got together and were like, you know what? We have some ideas that we could do some improvements to the product to take it to another level. So then kind of snowballed on us, and we kind of took the performance and the cosmetic both to a different level.
Oh, that's awesome. So to dig into these speakers a little bit, let's start by talking about the components and the special characteristics there that really make these speakers do what they do.
Okay, so the new tower, the core philosophy is really still the same, and as is every Perlisten speaker that we design, we have a signature that we started with the S7 tower, which is the culmination of our research, and that has to do with how the speaker reacts in the room and how the drive units perform across bandwidths. That's the simplest way to say it. So really, we're sticking to that core philosophy, but what we're doing here with the limited edition is we're just making everything a little bit better. So in the case of the drive units, we started with the motor structure and actually made that just a little bit better. We've got 20% more excursion, lower inductance. We remapped the heat sinking on it. So now it has more dynamics, more bass extension. In fact, it actually has 2 dB across the entire band below 80 hertz. So that's a pretty significant upgrade of the driver alone. Even though the core diaphragm and suspension system is the same as the S7, we were able to squeeze out quite a bit more performance. Okay, so the beryllium tweeter is actually, with very few exceptions, the same tweeter we're using in the S7, but that's the heart of the S series, is the beryllium dome, and that's something that we developed with Materion, who does the metalworking for the beryllium, but then we take that to our factory, and that's where we do the final assembly to the voice coil, the suspension and the motor structure, and that's where the Perlisten DNA really happens, is in that motor structure, how we're building that drive unit, how it's glued together, and then, of course, how it's coupled in that very unique waveguide.
One aspect of Perlisten that I find really interesting is the manufacturing, because, the goal of Perlisten is to make things the Perlisten way, right? And the Perlisten way is as close to perfection as is possible. And Peter is the man who makes all this happen, right? So if you want to know who the force behind Perlisten is, it's this guy. So could you tell us a little bit about the manufacturing facilities and what you think about when you put together the process for building these speakers?
We mostly build everything in-house, since from the wood cabinet painting and the veneer, carbon fiber, and the drivers. Even we glue the cone body with a surround, even the beryllium dome with a surround, and we make it, we control the quality very, very tightly. For example, like a S-series speaker, we keep the frequency response. The tolerance is 1 dB, less 1 dB.
Wow.
And we needed to pair one pair speaker, left and right speaker. The frequency response tolerance is 0.5 dB. So this is what we want to do the best speak.
So what I'm hearing is, these speakers are all made in-house.
Yes.
Everything produced by you, and you have extremely tight tolerances on the performance of the speaker to meet your quality requirements, right?
Yes. Yes.
Outstanding.
Yes.
I can see your smile, and when I come to her, that's where I belong. Yeah, I'm running to her like a river song, 'cause she give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She got a fine sense of humor when I'm feeling low down. When I come.
One question you might have is, okay, these Perlisten speakers are amazing, but how do I get my hands on them? And well, to answer that question, I've got Lars here with me, and he's going to talk a little bit about distribution for the Perlisten brand.
Hey, Jiles. Hey, thanks for having me.
Have you on here.
3 years ago, we were Zooming live from Copenhagen, and
That's
now
right.
we are here together in Denver.
It's amazing. And that's a whole different story that I think one day we can probably tell. But today, for these hungry customers, right, that want to get their hands on some of this gear, how do they do that?
There are several ways to do it. Of course, we are in the US.
Yes.
And we have a setup throughout the world, but we work with exclusive distribution. So we have Fidelity Imports, who are our sole distributor and responsible for the brand in the US. And they work with the reps in some markets, and they work with brick and mortar dealers in other markets of the US.
Certainly.
And of course, we have a lot of CI guys coming on board, especially now when we have also expanded our CI range.
Sure.
If you look at the global world, we do exactly the same. So we are represented in probably 40 countries right now. We are covered in all the major markets, and it's all done, let's call it the old-fashioned way, with distribution, with sales reps, and we sell to specialized dealers. So we have a couple of places where there is a little bit of online business, but primarily I would say that 90% of our business is done through face-to-face.
Awesome. Is there a significant difference between the US model and the global model?
Yeah, I think that if you look at the international market, the brick and mortar, the actual hi-fi stores are still healthy.
Really?
It's still a growing factor. And I think that's one of the major differences at the moment.
Great. Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
If you want them, look down below. I'll have some links so you can find some of these places yourselves. And if you need help, just reach out to me. I'm glad to put you in contact with the right folks, because you got to hear these things. And if you've got a shop nearby that has them, please go listen to them. I think you owe it to yourself. If you're going to make a purchase, listen to these at least first, so you kind of know what to compare, quality level and performance level of other gear, because this really has quickly become, I think, the benchmark in the price range, internationally. So good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm Eric Wiederholtz, Perlisten Audio, and we're here to talk a little bit about our in-ceiling and wall products that we have coming out, and we're really excited to talk about them. So let's get started. So a lot of you are really familiar with our in-wall product currently. Really well known for being high quality, paying attention to off-axis, on-axis response, just like an in-room speaker. So there's really no sacrifice in performance. That's really what we stress. Your in-wall or in-ceiling should have just as high quality as any other speaker in the world, if you especially want to be a world-class speaker and to get that world-class home theater. So S4i, most people are pretty familiar with this. It's an all aluminum back box, 5mm. That's thicker than most people's amplifier channels, bituminous layered, damped. So you don't project noise in the adjoining rooms, and while maintaining the same great drivers from our S4B in-wall, our in-room box speaker. So no degradation in driver, crossover, waveguide, the DPC, everything that made our in-room speakers great. What is really new, and most of you know about our in-wall products, we're adding an on-wall product. So these are fitting for the S4 or R4 eyes, S5 eyes or S5 eyes, and the S7 eye or R7 eye. So they all have a capability of being mounted to the wall. And now if it's a cement, if it's brick, whatever, you can mount to the wall and still use the in-wall products. So that's really great. And everybody's been waiting a very long time for these, so we're super excited to show these. These are our new in-ceiling products. And as expected, you get the data sheets up there, same great data, but what you'll notice is same flat frequency response, just like our in-walls, just like our in-room speakers. So the theory of just throwing some sound in an in-ceiling is bogus. You need even response. If we want true immersion, we need that frequency response to be even for every spot in the whole house, every row, every seat. And so this really does that. And what's very unique about what we're doing is actually the whole front is the waveguide. So we took all the knowledge from the DPC, and you can see it a little bit better over here in this one, where we got the whole portion of a DPC. We got the mid-range, we got the main tweeter, and we got a woofer. So there's quite a few patents wrapped up in this. There's some really cool acoustic impedance matching ideas. The whole waveguide is part of the DPC. And so it's really, really cool. And like I said, super flat frequency response, off-axis power response, just like we've always preached in our products. So we have 3 models. This is the R2i, so we have a 2-way version. No back box in that scenario, a little narrow depth to make those tight fit situations. And as you'll notice, same great aluminum back box. Mounting straps, so it's totally sealed. You're not going to splash noise in the other listening environments. And so that's a really cool product. 0, 15, and 30, so you know where to angle it. And so it's got a 30-degree main listening axis. And then from that is a 30-degree window in the plus and minus, and in width it's a 55-degree. So that helps you get more coverage to more seats, just like you need for proper immersion. So we're really excited. And then you got the flagship. So beryllium, thin ply carbon, the same great drivers that are used in the S series, and same great back box, you know, all the scenarios that really make this a great product. So we're really excited about all those.
Okay, folks, this is a wrap for Perlisten here at Cedia 2023. Many thanks to the entire Perlisten team. And here's the team, first time ever assembled in front of the camera. So like I said, thanks everybody. To all the viewers out there, thank you as well. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things, and I'll see you guys in the next video.